Hey, what is up, everybody? Hope you guys are having a good night. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the Bourbon Hang, where it's more about hanging out with you guys than it is about the bourbon. But tonight we have exciting live stream. I'm really looking forward to tasting through Buffalo Trace Mashbill 2. We've got Elmer T. Lee, Rock Hill Farms, Blantons, and Hancock Special Reserve. I've had this bottle for a while, but decided I hadn't opened it, and I thought, well, what the heck? I've never done this taste through, so it's something a lot of Patreon members have asked me to do. So I thought, what the heck? We'll do it. See where Blantons falls. All you guys, well, not a lot of my Patreon members, but a lot of people are chasing Blantons all the time. And then I thought, why not go ahead and throw a shelf bottle you can find that I think is pretty good, and that's Bardstown Bourbon Company's Origin Series. This is the high rye mash bill, so a little bit higher rye. I think I'll be able to find it, know what it's in, where it's at in this lineup, but I'm really not going to try to do that. I'm not going to try to guess bottles. I just want to go through, taste each one, figure out which one I like the best and how the ranking is. So it should be fun. So if you guys have some Buffalo Trace tonight, it's not something we dive into a lot on the channel, but if you have some Buffalo Trace, pop it open tonight. I want to give a huge shout out to the whiskey community. Last night, Whiskey Tube, had a big fundraiser for Durrell. Durrell is in Barrels for Hope, our charity organization. He's also been, a supporter of so many channels for a long time. And his 5-year-old daughter was diagnosed with leukemia. And we were on Mash and Drum last night, along with, a ton of other Whiskey Tube channels. And man, did you guys come through. And one night we raised $48,000 for Durrell and his family. That way he can focus on his beautiful daughter and not the financial aspects. Because, going through my wife having cancer, knowing that, even though you have insurance, you still have to pay a percentage of the bills. And then when you're missing work constantly to take care of them, take them to, endless appointments. So, yeah, it was really special to see everybody come through for Durrell. That was an incredible event last night, and I'm just super proud of this community. It never ceases to amaze me. That also leads me to Barrels for Hope. For those of you that are in Barrels for Hope, our charity organization where we do 6 barrel picks a year, and all proceeds go back to charity. I think we're donating like 40 to 50,000 this year, which is going to be amazing. Our Maker's pick just came in, so you guys will be getting those. You guys got the Elijah Craig barrel proof picks, and Hard Truth comes in next week, I believe, but those will be getting out to you guys on October 21st is when we're releasing those. So super excited about that. That Hard Truth bottle is unbelievable. Most of those Hard Truth barrels come in at 115, 116 proof. Ours was top of the Rick House and 124, almost 125 proof. So I'm going to say hi to all y'all in the chat too. So go ahead, start posting. I'll say hey to you guys. The only other thing I wanted to let you guys know is next Friday, we'll be doing a live stream with Patreon members. So we're going to have Brad, Ben, and Ed on. I'm sending them my top pours that I'm currently enjoying right now. And 3 of them you can find on shelves. So that's exciting. One, you probably can't, but, that'll be a fun night we thought about doing this with them, but I thought I'll just do this. They wanted to enjoy my favorite pours of the year. So I'm going to send those to those guys. This should be a lot of fun. Henry Turner's in the house. What's up, dude? He asked, do you have Caribou Crossing? I have done that 5-bottle lineup before. I don't have Caribou Crossing. There. Is that better? I'm getting some really some feedback on my end. I don't know what that's from, but it's really loud. So hopefully the sound's coming through all right tonight. Also, what we're gonna do, so we poured these blind. My wife has them written down here. She's gonna come in a minute. She's gonna undo this and she's gonna put it up to the screen. Hopefully you guys can see it. If you can't, I apologize. But any of you guys that want to follow along what I'm drinking and kind of know, that's how we'll do that. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll put on a little bit of music while she comes in. And again, I apologize. I don't know why that feedback's coming through so bad, but we'll try to fix it here. Let's see. Hang on just a second. Let's see. Nope, that didn't help. Are you ready, babe? Okay. Hang on, guys. She's going to come in, hold that piece of paper up, and then get it folded back for me. So just a sec. All right, guys, let's see here. So hopefully you saw that. We've got the glasses. You know, there's a blank label here. There's one for Crowded Barrel, one for Middle West, one for Bardstown, and one for our whiskey mash. And they're going from my left over here to my right. I don't know if that helps you guys at all, but hopefully it does. All right. Let's go in. Class 1, Class 2, 5. You guys have any predictions? How's this going to go? Where is Buffalo Trace going to rank? I mean, Buffalo Trace. Blantons. Where is Blantons going to rank here? You know, I don't dip into these very often. I've been on a Heaven Hill kick, Knob Creek, Four Roses single barrel. It's been my jam lately. So, all right, Glass 1. And that's why. It's just, man, that Class 1 was flat, not very interesting at all. Horatio, love the channel, brother. Tune in whenever I get a chance. Awesome, man. Good deal, buddy. Thanks for tuning in tonight, man. Rock bottom. I rarely tap into my Blantons. I'll tell you, man. I have a Blanton's Gold, Blanton straight from the barrel, which I enjoy a lot. This I've had a while. Oh, Jesus Christ. I almost saw more spills. We're going to have to play that on bloopers for the end of the year. Did you see that save? All right, we're not touching the bottles. Yeah, I don't ever pour Blantons, so. Oh, man. That's almost a mess. All right, Glass 1 again. Second sip. You know, for as low proof as that feels, the oak is really shining through on that. There's a little bit of cherry. It's actually kind of drying on the back end. Not much going on Glass 1, being honest. Glass 2. Oh, Glass 2 smells good. A little more caramel on Glass 2. Okay, here we go. First sip on Glass 2. Glass 2, less oak, More cherry forward, but even less inspiring than glass one. Just not much there, man. You know, my sweet spot for proof is around that. My sweet spot for proof is around 107 to 115. So these are all 90 to 100 proof tonight. So it's way under what I normally drink. So I'm sure they're all going to taste a little watered down to me. You know, we talk about all the time how people are waiting in line so much for Blantons and paying $200 a bottle for. I mean, there's so much better whiskey out there. So much better whiskey out there than Blantons. So these first two are just really not that inspiring. They're now I will say I think a lot of people that are early in their whiskey journey gravitate towards these more because they are easier to drink. They're softer. They're just really easy to drink. And when you're new in your bourbon journey, you equate soft or smooth to good. And then as you get into it and you become intermediate aficionado, you kind of start leaving this stuff behind a little bit. So that second sip was a little bit better than the first. Started to get some tobacco notes out of the second sip on glass two. Kind of a wash between the two, honestly. Neither one of them blew me away. Glass one or two didn't blow me away. So, got some more people hopping in. Jeffrey Wax in the house. If you guys haven't subscribed to Whiskey Friends, go do so. Again, we talked about Darrell at the beginning of the stream, but the whiskey community just came through last night, and it warms my heart. So proud to be part of this with all you guys. And have you guys on the channel, man. Watching them raise $48,000 for a brother in need was really cool. Really, really cool. No community like the whiskey community, man. Oh, now glass three, I'm liking a little bit better. All right. Glass three has some strawberry. It's really soft. So soft. But it feels, even though it's so soft, feels a little denser. There's it's still like just so like 1-2 notes, not very complex. It's just a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy, very one note. Okay, second sip on glass three. That's just a little bit of strawberry for me. It's crazy, guys, that people pay the prices they do for these bottles. There's so much better stuff on the shelf. Shoot. I mean, it depends what part of your whiskey journey you're in, right? That's why I changed my scoring system. I used to rate 7 categories, 0 to 1, 0.5 being average. But I just started switching my scoring system and just saying whether things were a buy or pass for beginners, intermediates, or aficionados, because I think that's a big part where a lot of whiskey tube reviews, that's what we miss. Like, you know, I could come on and tell you that Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is an excellent bourbon, great value, most of them bunker worthy. But a new person watches that review and goes and buys Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and they taste it and it's hot and it's horrible, and they think, what am I talking about? You know, that bottle may not be a buy for a beginner. Certainly is for intermediate to advanced bourbon drinkers. But so I think that's one really cool thing about the new scoring system. Everybody seems to really like it. So, all right, glass 4. Glass 4, more corn coming through on that, more caramel, less of those fruity notes, those fruity classic Buffalo Trace notes on glass 4. Again, like I haven't tasted anything that would be, over a $40 to $50 bottle so far. And you're talking people are spending $200 on Blantons. Rock Hill Farms, I don't even know what that bottle goes for anymore. 300-400, I guess. Elmer T. Lee goes for 300. Crazy. Oh, let me take a second sip of glass 4. Glass 4 so far is probably my least favorite. I don't know if you guys saw the thing my wife held up. I'll be interested to know what that is, but all right, glass 5. Then what we're going to do, we're going to go glass 5 and go the opposite way. So wow. Glass 5 is the most interesting. That tasted wild coming off of a glass 4. That had like this. That was wild, almost like a winter green kind of note to it, which I'm not crazy about usually, but that was really interesting. Maybe just because it was so interesting. All these other ones were kind of just 1-2 notes, flat, not interesting, very soft, not a long finish. Glass 5 was very interesting compared to the other 4. Wow. I'm wondering if those winter green kind of notes is the higher rye. Definitely the longest finish of the 5. I've got Bardstown Origin in here. I thought it would stand out more. Again, I'm really trying not to pick out which is which. I just want to taste them, see which one I like the best. That first pass, glass 5, was the most interesting to me. And I liked it the best. I'd probably spend the most on that of these 5. The finish killed. The finish on number 5 crushed the other 4. Crushed it. Not even close. And I love a good long finish. It's making me wonder if that higher rye is really standing out against these other. So that Bardstown's about 36% rye, I believe. I believe Mashbill 2 is what, like 12% rye or something, 12 or 13% rye. So that was really, really crazy coming off the other 4, though. So I had to guess 5 is the Bardstown, and I liked it better than all the other ones. So we're going to start with glass 5, go back the other way. What are you guys drinking tonight? Let's get in the chat here. Big Vic's in the house. What's up, dude? I added you as a wrench today. I don't know if you noticed that. Sunshine and whiskey. What's up? Just popping to say hi, Pumpkin Spice Boss, man. What is going on? I am not ashamed to say I love everything fall. I love pumpkin spice. Give it all to me, man. I'm fine with that. Glass 5's really nice. It's definitely got more caramel, more honey, a longer finish. I tried honestly to pick the shelfer that I wanted to put up against the entire Mash Bill 2 lineup from Buffalo Trace. I wanted to pick something out that you could find on the shelf that I actually enjoyed, and the Bardstown Origin Fusion Series is one of my favorite shelfers from this year that you can find all the time, and I thought it'd be good in this lineup since people can find it. All right, back to glass 4. So glass 4 that time. Just a couple of notes, man. It is a little bit of caramel, less fruity, and then just a whisper of like mustiness, but not much. And that's usually like that mustiness. If it's too much is a fault for me. That had just a touch of it. I honestly thought Elmer T. Lee was going to stand out for me because Elmer T. Lee, I usually get like a tobacco note. I did get a tobacco note on number 2. So I'm not sure if that's Elmer T. Lee or not. I wouldn't put any money on it. But I usually get that. So 4 is not anything special. Okay, last 3. Last 3, much more interesting. Again, soft. Get those strawberry notes. Finish much longer. Actually, that's got a good finish on it. Number 3 has a good finish. Number 4 definitely out of the running on these. David Bass is in the house. What's up, my man? Yeah, I told you guys. I told you. That maker's pick we did for Barrels for Hope, man. It is so good. It is so good. Yeah, there might still be some at A1, David. That maker's pick from Barrels for Hope is fantastic. All right, last 2. Boy, 2 is really soft, but nice, balanced. All those Buffalo Trace notes that you've grown to love, like a little bit of that fruitiness, that grape to strawberry kind of note is on there, and a little bit of tobacco. I think that's lower proof than glass 3. And I'm talking about the Crowded Barrel, if you guys saw the sheet my wife put up. Peter B, what's up, dude? By the way, guys, this is like 6 live streams in a row, so we're on quite a roll. Terry's in the house. What's up, dude? I know you got your makers from Barrels for Hope. All right, let's taste glass 1, which is the no label glass. One coming back through. Way better. Way better. The only thing about glass 1, the sweetness on glass 1 was really good there. Just dries my palate out a little bit on the back end. Guys, I have no idea what these are. I do think glass 5 is my favorite of the 5. And if I had to guess, it's the Bardstown. Let's see. Rock Bottom says, I have a pour of Frank August. I'm sipping tonight. Nice. Equal Opportunity Gun said ECBP A120. Oh, you're speaking my language, man. That might be my favorite Elijah Craig barrel proof ever. Is A120. God, it's good, man. Hasn't cracked his fruit gate yet. Waiting to try with my wife. She's oh, dude, you need to crack it. No, wait for your wife. Wait for your wife. Oh, it's so good. I've got the latest Elijah Craig barrel proof, the latest batch, the 13.5 year. We might try that tonight after we get through this flight and I rank these. All right. We're down to 4, guys. Whatever Bardstown is, whatever's in the Bardstown glass is my last place. And I have no clue what it is. All right, I got to figure these out. This is harder than I thought, to be honest with you. All right. Oh, nice. Ratio's sipping on Bardstown Rye. Sweet, man. We did the barrel thieving tour at Bardstown when we were down for It was when we were picking our Elijah Craig barrel proofs for Barrels for Hope, and they gave us the Origin series at cash strength, and man, were they good at cash strength. So good. All right, glass one. Glass one might be moving into my top. One thing I forgot to tell you guys is I don't have a regular bottle of Blantons. I actually have a store pick. So the finish on one, really good that time. That's why when you do these, man, you got to go one way, then go the other, see how they hit your palate, really take time with them. The only knock I have on glass one is it's drying on the back end of my palate. Other than that, that's a good bottle. But again, I'm talking like $50, $60 bottle. I'm not talking $200, $300 bottle. So I really like glass one. Glass two. Glass two's got a lot of sweetness too. Good viscosity on it. Less drying on the palate, but not as long of a finish. Not as interesting, but still nice. These are getting better as I go tonight, guys. First pass, I was like, these are not good, but now they're starting to get a lot better as my palate acclimates to these. Equal Opportunity said, I told myself that every Barrels for Hope pick, I'm getting at least one spare if I can. Yeah, me too. Me too, brother. I want those lined up because you guys know how special Barrels for Hope is to me. So, yeah. Special organization with a lot of special, amazing people. So, cheers to you for being a part of it, man. All right, glass three. Now, glass three has some of that tobacco note that I love. Boy, those are hard. Those are hard. That's a hard, I mean, you're splitting hairs on those three glasses right there. Let's see. The Man of Steel, your new setup is insane, bro. Love it. Glad you're back uploading more. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, this so we got this new house. And I spent way too much time trying to figure out how I wanted to set this room up. It from what you guys are seeing, it's not as big as it looks. It's pretty small, but man, it turned out so good. We have we can shoot straight towards where I've got two deer on this wall, and that kind of Art Deco wallpaper just got off Amazon, and then I flipped it upside down. It looks better upside down. Added some camel leather chairs, painted the other walls black, added some shelving. I've still got to get some lighting for the other three shelves. But yeah, man, it came together really nice. This one room, we have actually 3 studios. So I can shoot 3 different directions for live streams, for reviews, for like podcast interviews. If someone comes over that I want to do that with. And if for the old studio, if you guys watched, if you've been a fan of the channel for a while, the old studio was in one of my living rooms. So I would come home after work, set that up, and then it was a nightmare, man. I couldn't do regular live streams. House was just torn apart for 3 or 4 days while I set it up and tore it down. And now, I've just got my own little man cave here. And when guys come over and visit, I mean, they just park in here. It's awesome. I mean, they love this room. So it's been awesome. It was well worth the wait. Last year was just so hard with my wife having cancer and everything. Couldn't do regular uploads, but now I'm on a regular routine doing live streams every Thursday. Tonight, I literally came home from work, went right to the desk. We had a Barrels for Hope board meeting. Then we had a Barrels for Hope live stream where we have to fill in all our members. And I ate dinner literally while we were in the board meeting and then right to here. So, but wouldn't have it any other way, man. Equal opportunity. Haven't seen a 523 or C923 in my area of Michigan yet. Yeah, they hit Illinois, but man, they were scooped up fast. Guys, I don't know how to rate these three. I'm gonna taste glass 5 again. So glass 5 has got to be that Bardstown. I'm getting wintergreen, which I had never got on that bottle. I mean, I did a review of it, but that 36% rye against this 12, 13% rye, whatever mash bill 2 is, really starting to bring out those wintergreen notes. If this isn't Bardstown, the whiskey mash glass, I'll be surprised. It's really good, man. It stands up against these guys. It's crazy how well it does against those. You know, you're talking a $40, $50 bottle versus all these bottles people are standing in line for hours for. So people go so nuts over Blantons and that's just a good whiskey, man. For the price, I'm telling you, that's the winner. Whatever's in this whiskey mash glass is the winner. Now I just need to figure out the order. So I'm going to put this whiskey mash glass to my left. I got to figure out these. So right now, if you were at the beginning of the live stream and you saw my wife hold that paper up, we have the Blank Glen, we have the Crowded Barrel Glen, and we have the Middle West Glen. So I don't know what's in any of those. So Blank Glen, here we go. Boy, coming off that Bardstown, man. Last one, the Buffalo Trace fruitiness and sweetness just like is amped up to another level that wasn't there the first time we drank it. This glass one's got better comparing it to whatever's in the whiskey mash glass. I don't know, man. This is a way harder flight than I thought it was going to be. It's exciting to do, though, man. Cool Opportunity says, yeah, Bardstown Rye at Cash Strength from Barrel Thieving Tour was amazing. That was really good. Really good. All right. Yeah, glass 2 or the Crowded Barrel Glen. Well, I feel like it's higher proof. I don't like it as much as glass 1. The Blank Glen. So definitely behind that. So now I got to decide between the Crowded Barrel Glen and the Middle West Glen. David said, I will 100% get a hard truth backup. Lance, maybe use a Sharpie pen for bottles on paper next time. Hard to see. Oh, okay. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I appreciate that feedback. We did this last minute, and then I spilled a Glen right before we went live, so that's my bad. But we'll reveal them here in a second. All right. Middle West here. Finish is longer on that. And I feel like the proof's even higher. So I think this is my order. Yeah, the finish on that one's really good. So I didn't know if I was going to go like order a proof or how my palate was going to be with these Buffalo Trace bottles. I've never done this blind before. I've always been interested to do it. Patreon members have asked me to do it for a long time. So make sure I got my order right though. I'm gonna go through these one more time and then we'll reveal them. Yeah, David, but the hard truth backup, man, you definitely want one. Trust me. The hard truth bottle is so good. So good. I can't wait to taste it and see how it is because it's, you know, we tasted that. We picked that months ago. So, but even then, if you go back and watch the Barrels for Truth vlog we did, And you'll see Brian Smith, the master distiller, taste that. And he looks over at me and he's like, this is a special barrel. I know it is. Alex, I would definitely get multiple bottles for Barrels for Hope, but it cost me a fortune crossing the... Yeah, I know, man. Barrels for Hope is an amazing venture. Proud to be a part of it. I'm proud that you are a part of it, man. Thank you. Without you guys, it's not possible, you know? Yeah, I mean, trust me, we go through these board meetings and sometimes we have arguments, but we love each other like brothers, and we know we're doing a lot of good. Makes us very happy, and we're just so fortunate that we have such a great community behind us that supports it so we can do it, because without you guys we wouldn't be able to do it. When Josh and I first met and when I had the idea for Barrels for Hope, and or we kind of talked a few times and kind of developed the idea for Barrels for Hope together. We didn't know how much interest there would be, and when we sold out memberships in like 24 hours, we were pretty amazed. So Walter's World is in the house. Hey, if you guys need to travel, if you guys want to travel and you need advice, go sub to Walter's World. My buddy Mark is a marketing professor here at U of I, and his channel just went over 1 million subs over the weekend. So I mean, he is awesome. He is an amazing guy. So I'm so excited that, he's been doing this for a long time. And to see his channel hit 1 million subs, I know how much work that took, how much consistency. And I just couldn't be happier for the guy. So congrats, Mark, man. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Mark, love the Thursday chats. Nice, chillax chat. Yeah. We're going to have, next week, we're going to have guests. It won't just be me you have to listen to. So. All right, let's taste this one more time, and then we're going to reveal this. Oh, man, glass one's good. So well balanced. It's creamy. It's caramel. It's honey. It doesn't have the fruit notes that the other glasses have, but if I'm sitting down for a glass, I'm picking glass, whatever was in the whiskey mash blend. I think I'm pretty firm on that. And again, if that's the Bardstown, guys, that's a $40 to $50 bottle you can find on the shelves, and people are standing in line for days and days for Blantons. And Mark said winter green like gum. Yeah. Sometimes higher rise or higher rye bourbons will give me like a spearmint kind of winter green note. Sometimes depends on the brand, depends on the distillery. I had never got that on this glass until I had it up against Blantons and Elmer T. Lee and Rock Hill Farms. So it's not a note. When I did a review, I did not get that note at all. So what you have before and after and during the day greatly influences your palate, and you can pick up some different notes. And tonight, for whatever reason, I was getting that. So Mark says, I'm a simple man. Give me what you have. I just can't wait in line. Yeah, I agree with you, man. And Mark, like, dude, all you need to know is, do you like it or do you not like it? All these notes that we're getting, are different for everybody. Perfect example. I'll tell you guys a good story. So, hard truth, I was with Brian, master distiller. We were tasting a bottle, and I kept getting these like mesquite notes, like mesquite barbecue notes. And he was like, that's so interesting that you get mesquite barbecue, because our tasting panel tasted it, and some people tasted mesquite barbecue, and some people were tasting cocoa. And as soon as he said like cocoa, I said, that is it. The mesquite note I'm tasting, if I think about cocoa, could also be cocoa. And he's like, yeah. He goes, that's exactly right. He goes, your brain's going to interpret things a little bit different. So just because I say something and you don't taste it doesn't mean it's not there. Doesn't mean the reviewer's making it up either. Just you could be interpreting the same note a little differently, which is wild to me. So now when I get a mesquite note, I think about chocolate or cocoa, and sometimes it'll transfer to that, and I'll get that. I get it in a lot of New Riff products too. Really good New Riff barrels, I'll get it. So, all right. I swear I'm going to reveal this to you guys. I just got to make sure this is right. I'm so interested to see what I put as my number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alex said, when I speak about Barrels for Hope in Canada, people are impressed. Awesome, man. I mean, we're just doing it because we love whiskey and it's a way for us to give back. Like I've even transferred, like, I have a whiskey tornado channel, and pretty much any pick I can do, I just do with Barrels for Hope now, and all the money goes back to charity. So, all right, last 3 here real quick. That sip might have put that ahead for me. I think I'm switching those because the finish is longer, it's denser, definitely more concentrated. Oh yeah, for sure. The Middle West Glen moved ahead of the Blank Glen. All right. So now I really just want to decide which is first between Whiskey Mash and the Middle West Glen, and then I'll have my order here. We'll reveal it. David said, Walter's World, congrats on 1 million. Heck yeah, we'll check it out. Yeah, check him out, man. He's been everywhere. He's a foreign exchange student when he was younger. And I don't know when Mark started making videos, but if you can imagine a place he's been there, and his videos are really cool. He's like, top 5 reasons to go to, I don't know, Berlin, or I think he's been doing a lot of Berlin stuff lately. So, all right, let's go. We're going to go glass 2 here. Glass 2 is nice. That's definitely my favorite. If that's the Buffalo Trace Mashbill 2, that's definitely my favorite. Taking some time with those, going through those, I was able to narrow that out. It's got tobacco, it's got fruit, it's got spice, it's got a little bit of density. That's the bottle I would be chasing. Okay, glass 1. Glass 1 and glass 2. So the Blank Glen and the Middle West Glen are neck and neck. Those both taste really good. The thing is, if one of those is the Bardstown Origin, you guys can chase up. You guys should get the Bardstown Origin, man. Stop chasing this stuff. Yeah, see, Nuclear Noob said I would never stand in line for Blantons. Good on you, man. Like, you shouldn't. There's so many bottles better. So many bottles better than that. Any Russell's Reserve you see, pick those up if they're store picks. Nashville Barrel Company, Knob Year 9. So much better stuff. But the Bardstown Origin, I'm loving. And whatever's in that Middle West Glen is competing with glass 1. Nuclear Noob said, I bought it twice. The second time I only bought it because it was on the shelf and knew I could trade it. Yeah, and that's a good reason to buy it if you can get it for MSRP. I'll buy bottles like that all the time that I may never open, but I'll just buy them because I can trade them. As crazy as people are trying to find Blantons, that's why I wanted to do this stream, was to see where Blantons fell and to see if something that I liked that I get off the shelf could compete with it. And regardless of what the turnout is in these, it definitely does. The Bardstown series competes with these Mashbill 2s. So if you see the white label, I would get it. And I've heard that the Bottle and Bond weeded one is just as good. Only thing about glass 1, there's a little bit of stringency on the back end, and there is a little bit of youthfulness. So I'm actually going to move the Middle West Glen into first place. It's the densest of all of them. Doesn't taste youthful. I'm going to put the Whiskey Mash second. All right, that's my list, guys. Let's see what we got. And then we're going to taste the new Elijah Craig barrel proof release and see how it stacks up. Exclusive for you guys. All right. All right. In last place was the Bardstown Bourbon Company blend. Last place, Hancock's Reserve. I'm not that surprised, honestly. It's the lowest proof, 88.9. Yeah, man, that's just not an interesting bottle. Now these are single barrels, so keep that in mind. But that's not an interesting bottle. Okay, next to last place, Crowded Barrel, guys. Next to last place, Blantons, and this is a store pick. So I told you guys. Blantons isn't that good. But most of the people that follow my channel know that. People wait in line for this so long. And this is a store pick. This is even a store pick. And it, barely beat out Hancock's Reserve. So coming in third place was No Label. And that was Elmer T. Lee for me. And I really couldn't pick out, let's see, did I get... Nope, I didn't get tobacco notes on that. So this was the No Label glass. But it's good, though. It's good. Again, is it $300 good? Hell no. Hell no. Elmer T. Lee in third place. Coming in second place, so beating out Elmer T. Lee, Blantons, and Hancock's Reserve, is the Whiskey Mash, which is Bardstown. Bardstown Origin Series, white label, which you can find on the shelves for $40 to $50. For me, beat out Elmer T. Lee, Blantons, Hancock's Reserve. Now, I thought this was the Bardstown, and it stood out. It didn't stand out. Well, it stood out because I knew I could taste those like wintergreen flavors in it, and I knew that was the Bardstown, but I was trying to see, really not judge it on that where I liked it. So that means the winner, which I'm not surprised, is Rock Hill Farms. And again, Rock Hill Farms is, that and Bardstown is the highest proof. I told you guys I really like that 107 to 115 proof, but this Rock Hill Farms is a beautiful bottle. I would pay more than $50 for this. I'd probably go up to that bourbon. I mean, I think these go for $300. So if I saw it for under that, I'm gonna buy it. But for taste wise alone, it's it's a good $7,500 bottle in my opinion. But Rock Hill Farms, number one. Bardstown, number two. Elmer T. Lee, number three in this Mashbill 2 battle. So that's my ranking, guys. And probably before I went in blind, I would have guessed that. Actually, I didn't know where the Bardstown was gonna fall because I've never had it next to these. But it stands up. It's really good. But Blantons and Hancock's, man, whatever. They're not that great. Not that great, guys. Yeah, Joey, the Blantons pick was in the mix. That was in the mix. Alex said, thank God that was Rock Hill. I thought it was Caribou Crossing. Yeah, no, not Caribou Crossing. Caribou Crossing, I haven't had it in a while, but it was worse than all these from what I remember. Horatio said, spot on. Nuclear Noob said, good luck finding a Rock Hill Farms. I've never seen one. Yeah, this is the only bottle I've ever had. It's the only bottle I've ever had. And I got a call from a manager. So Henry Turner said the Rock Hill Farms was the night for us. It is more well-rounded. E.H. Taylor, single barrel, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I have a really good E.H. Taylor single barrel back there, but that Rock Hill Farms was good. And the more time I spent with it, it just kept moving up and moving up and moving up. And it was dense and concentrated and had nice tobacco flavor and fruit flavor, a little bit of spice, but it was the most condensed flavor out of all of them. Yeah. Terry said, awesome stuff. I'll have to drive over to Illinois to get a Bardstown origin. Yeah, man. It's good. It's really good. It's a great bottle, man. I just had a sip of it. You can tell it's higher rye, though. Definitely can. Okay. What do you think, guys? You want me to taste Elijah Craig, the latest release? Think we could do that? I'm going to finish this Rock Hill Farms up, though. Could do a blend with all these. All the mash bill 2s. I was really disappointed in that Hancock's Reserve, though. Again, all single barrels, so, you know. I assume that, you know, any night you do these with different bottles, it could be a different result. But that being said, I am not surprised by the results. John Bowman single barrel better than Rock Hill Farms, in my opinion. Yeah, man. You know, when we did this, I wanted to have a Bowman since it's the same mash bill. But I don't have a bottle. The only bottle of Bowman I currently have is port finished. So couldn't do that. But. All right, guys, let me grab this latest release of Elijah Craig. And I'm going to taste it against our Barrels for Hope bottle. Since what's the time we're at here? 52 minutes? Yeah. So we usually go an hour on Thursday night. So let me grab that real quick. So we were lucky enough with Barrels for Hope to grab 2 Elijah Craig barrels while we were there. This is our founder's pick. And we also got a short barrel. And when I tell you short barrel, I mean short. And at the time, Illinois Heaven Hill had sold all their allocations to Illinois. But we were able to contact Ohio, and Ohio donated one of their barrels to us. We were able to buy the short barrel. So our members got a founder's pick and a short barrel. Believe it or not, I like the founder's pick better. So that's what we're going to taste against this bottle. Everyone's going crazy over. It's the Elijah Craig C923. And if you guys can see the year on there, it is 13 years and 7 months. Elijah Craig dropped the 12-year. Everyone thought they were going to be doing a lot of younger stuff since they dropped the 12-year. And Elijah Craig said, you can kiss our ass. Here's some 13-year. I think they listened to a lot of the reviews. So, all right, guys, let me rinse some glasses out here. What are you guys sipping on now? Were you surprised with the results? I gotta tell you guys, I love doing these live streams with you guys every Thursday. It's been a lot of fun. Just getting to know you guys. All right. Try not to spill stuff while I do this. I got stuff everywhere. All right. The 13-year, 7-month C923 is 133 proof. We're going to put that in my glass to the right. A little bit of the Barrels for Hope Founders on my left. Hold on. I just spilled some. Like, I'm prepared. Shit show. Let's see. David says, no shock. Rock Hill Farms 1. Grabbing Elijah Craig Barrel Fender pick 2. Awesome, man. Thanks, A1, for barrel. Yeah, A1 gets all the shout outs in the world, man. We could not do this without them. So, see, the problem is I got this cord off these headphones. All right. Oh, Barrels for Hope Founders pick is special, guys. I did it in a blind with several Elijah Craig batches. It beat it. My wife mixed them up, and the first thing I said was, I don't know what's in glass A and B, but I hope it's not our Founders because it's worse than what's in glass C. And Founders was glass C. Oh, it smells so good. It's like the best part. Yeah, right. David said, no editing, lives are the best. Dude, if you would have seen all the shit I spilled before we went live. Oh, my God. Shit show. All right. It's just like everything that's good about Heaven Hill, man. Heaven Hill's, to me, is so much better than some of the Buffalo Trace products. Like Elijah Craig, barrel proofs have been hitting markets like crazy. Don't sleep on them, man. There are some great, great picks. This is that sweet oak, not drying oak. Sweet oak. And the Founders pick has a little bit of cherry. Little bit of that like dark cherry. Yeah, it's good. All right. Cheers, everybody. Good Lord. That crushes everything we tried tonight. Not even close. Not even close. Just absolutely crushes everything we tried tonight. And those are, secondary $300 bottles that people wait days in line for. Those Elijah Craig barrel proofs kill it, man. Not even close. Again, if you're new into your bourbon journey, if you're someone that's watching the channel and you're a beginner, you're not going to agree with me, and that's okay, because those Buffalo Trace products are softer, smoother, easier to drink. This is like heaven. That's good. All right. This is my first taste of this, guys. 13 years, 7 months, C923. Everybody's going crazy about it. Now, my default when people go crazy about something is to shit on it. I really do not like following the crowd. I'm going to try to give you guys my honest, unbiased opinion. Okay. But people are like calling this whiskey of the year. So we're going to find out. I'm going to really try to throw my biases out. When I hear people start saying whiskey of the year, I automatically default to not liking it. So we're going to see. It smells beautiful. Now, that being said, the Founders pick, Barrels for Hope, I know I'm extremely biased. The Founders pick on the nose is better. So, all right. Cheers, everybody. Bitter, man. Hold on. I'm gonna taste this first, so we'll go second. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Alex, change my vote. I'll grab an extra bottle. Henry says, please be honest. I've tried it already. Dude, that's the only way I know to be. I promise I will be honest. I said on the last live stream, Ben, one of our first Patreon members, sent me a bottle for my birthday, and I hated it. And it broke my heart to try it on a live stream and tell him I hated it. It was not good. It was Treaty Oak. It's Texas. Ben's from Texas. I didn't like it, but and Ben's such a great guy. He didn't take offense to it. He's become one of my best friends. Honestly, I love the guy. So, Alex said you're a great salesman, Lance. I'd hate to go face to face to your used car. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I majored in marketing. I've always been good in sales. Just that's what I do, man. All right, let me taste this again. First pass, first impressions, really bitter oak on the back end. All right, I already told you guys I'm trying not to be biased against it. What are people talking about? All right, we're gonna do an Elijah Craig barrel proof blind. I'm in the minority, guys. I can't wait to shoot a review on this. I'm gonna get shit on so bad when I do a review on this. What are people talking about? That compared to the Founders Pick, the Barrels for Hope Founders Pick. I'm gonna taste it. Hold on. Oh, get out of here. That's not even a question. The Barrels for Hope Founders Pick crushes C923. Crushes it. I think people see age statements, man, and automatically adjust their brain to loving it. We've got to get this thing in some blinds and see what people think. It is, what's the word I'm looking for? Obnoxiously bitter on the back end. Nuclear Noob says, I love most ECBPs and larceny barrel proof as well. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. People are saying that the Elijah Craig C923 is Bourbon of the Year material. That sip was better. It wasn't quite as bitter on the back end. Let's see. I find that proof on the really high ECBPs overpowers the other more key characteristic I typically love. I agree 100%, Brad. 100%. In fact, we were on, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a little water to this and see what it does, because I can't remember the guy's name. Older guy that used to work at Heaven Hill. We've done many barrel picks with him. He insisted we add water to the Elijah Craig barrel proofs we were picking, and I didn't want to. And when we did, like, all of a sudden these beautiful like raspberry notes started shining through on Elijah Craig barrel proof that I'd never had. Let me add just a touch of water. See what this does. Let it sit for a while. David said, I haven't had the C923 yet. Love the Founders. Been a few weeks since I had a pour off Founder. Man, the Founder is so good. So good. Terry asks, it's a great question. Is there any finish left on that desk? It's bubbling bad. Is there another camera in here, man? How'd you see that? It's bubbling bad. All right, hold on. The water helped. The water helped that. It's still not as good as the Founders. We're gonna do a blind. So next week's live will be some Patreon members with my favorite pours of the week. That'll be a blast. The next week, let's do Elijah Craig blind. You can see I've got a million of them back there, and maybe we'll just do a bunch of C's. We'll do C920. I know I've still got that. That was one of the greatest batches. We'll do the C from this year. We'll do the C from last year. Maybe we'll throw in a Founders pick, and we'll do a blind and see where these rate, and see if I can legitimately go crazy over C923 like everyone in my news feed's doing. David said props for background music. Oh yeah, good. I'm glad you like it. Hopefully it's not too loud or not too quiet. System Trend said C923 is supposed to be godly. I know, man. I know. Give me a break. I do really like it with water. Add some water, and it gets a lot better. With no water, that's a bitter gal, man. It is bitter. The 13 years, 7 months in the barrel. But that's the youngest, right? That's the youngest because this is batched. So the youngest in there is 13 years, 7 months. It's bitter. And people who aren't picking up on the bitterness, I question their palates. It's really bitter. All right, let's see what Henry says. My two best whiskey friends and I tried it. It tasted like a sweet oak extract, a sweet old oak, but I was not a fan. Oh, all right. Henry, you're the first person besides myself that I've heard say anything negatively about it. I mean, it is oak heavy. And I typically kind of like oak. What I don't like is bitter. I don't like bitter, and I don't like drying. So when you start getting, past that 10, 11 year, and you better not have any of that bitter dryingness on the palate for me. Adding some water in that, man, turns it really like concentrated brown sugar. Starts to become beautiful, though. If I'm drinking that, I'm adding water. Oh, great comment, David. Blinds hurt people's feelings. Yep. I was afraid that tonight's blind was going to hurt my feelings. I was afraid I was going to put Hancock's first or Blantons first. But it turned out like I thought it would. Yeah, Terry said, agree, David. Yep. Nuclear Noob said, I thought A123 was supposed to be really good this year. Yeah, dude, hey. Everybody's different, right? Everybody's palates are different. I am clearly in the minority on this. Once again. But again, my first inclination, if I see tons of people going crazy over a bourbon, is to resist it. And that's how I felt with this. So then I have to fight that bias, right? I really have to fight that bias. The only way to really fight that bias is to put it in a blind. And so that's what we'll do. But my impressions tonight, first sip, so bitter. It is so bitter straight out of the bottle. If you add water, it helps. It becomes more sweet brown sugar. Otherwise, it's just the back end. When it gets bitter and drying, I'm not a fan of bourbon like that. I like it to be much more balanced. That was a great thing, honestly, about the Rock Hill Farms is how balanced it was. It was really balanced. Let's see. Alex says, must be American water. You try Canadian water, makes whiskey taste like 25-year-old. Man, Alex, the only Canadian whiskey I've really liked is Found North. I have some Found North up there that one of the owners sent me, and it's really good. We had him on a live stream. Amazing guy. I really like the guy. I like the story. I like his entrepreneurship from his family. I like Found North as a company. I hope they do a lot of great things. They're doing Canadian whiskey at cask strength, which is really cool. And I like their stuff a lot. ECBPs in 108 to 125 range are the sweet spot. Yep, agree again, Brad. Those pushing 130 are overproofed for the profile and Heaven Hill mash. I have several 130 proofers I enjoy, so not being anti-high proof. Yeah, I agree 100%, except I would put an asterisk on that and say that Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A120 is one of my favorite batches ever because the fruit notes shine so much, which is a rarity in Elijah Craig Barrel Proof if you're not adding water. That A120 is a special batch. All the 2020 batches were good. Nuclear Noob said, how much water did you add? Probably like four drops. System Trend says A123 is so good. I mean, yeah, if you think so, man. It's even bitter. After it sat there, man, it's bitter. How people aren't getting that. It's really bitter. Have it next to some of your favorite Elijah Craig Barrel Proof batches in that, like Brad said, in that 108 to 125 range. So our founder's pick from Barrels for Hope was 121, and it's a 9-year. And I can't say what distillery, but a distillery you guys have all heard of. 2 of the owners of that distillery fought for this barrel before we picked it. And Heaven Hill just laughed. Sylvia was like, I can't believe you guys picked the same barrel they picked because they fought over it so hard. Like they almost went to blows over the barrel you guys picked. It's not even close, man. That's such a better whiskey. It's more well-rounded, more complexity. Doesn't just kill you with proof and bitterness. Alex said, Found North is great. He was the only company that made me enjoy Canadian whiskey. Yeah, I love those guys, man. Super nice. If you go back through our live streams, maybe 8 months ago, I had him on the live stream. Such a good guy, man. I had a great time interviewing him. You know, the crazy thing about lives is when we interview like master distillers or distilleries, the views are shit. I mean, my views are shit anyway, but the views are really shit when we have a master distiller on. To me, those are the most interesting conversations. Like when I have Brian Smith with Hard Truth on or Found North on, I love those conversations. They're so good, man. Telling you all about the ins and outs and stuff you'd never know about their whiskey and how they came to do what they do. Their whole like origin story is what fascinates me. The story behind the brand is what fascinates me. But I was a marketing major in college, so you know, I don't know. Most people must not be as interested in that as I am, but I love that stuff. And you know, a lot of times on this channel, we don't do things for views. Like we don't say like, comment, subscribe as much. We don't do any paid advertisements. Like companies have approached me to do ads. We did some early on, but I don't do them anymore. All our barrel pick stuff goes to Barrels for Hope, which is charity. So we have a Patreon page where people can support the channel, but I don't push it that much. It's all for the love of whiskey, the love of developing relationships, all that kind of stuff. And I hope I stay true to that as the channel grows. So we're almost to 7,000 subs. So, yeah. Brad said, yep, there are exceptions. A120. Yep. A120 is the GOAT. Yeah, dude, it's so good, man. So good. Found North told me if he didn't enjoy it, he would refund me. He's awesome. I haven't had Found North. Maybe we can have some Found North. We have some Found North tonight in honor of Alex. All right. So my initial thoughts of C923 is, would I buy it for $65? Hell yes, of course. Again, guys, don't misunderstand me. Elijah Craig barrel proofs at 65, 70 bucks. Barrel proof are a buy all day long, no matter. I've never had a bad batch. This batch to me just comes off as really bitter, and people talking about whiskey of the year. I've tasted everything from this year. We just had our whiskey festival. I prefer Maker's Mark Cellar aged over that. I prefer any of the Claremont, the Jim Beam Claremonts over that. I've got the E.H. Taylor barrel proof. I prefer that over it. What else? Now, on our channel, when we do Whiskey of the Year, we only vote for Whiskey of the Year if I found it on the shelf. So I can't put this batch of Elijah Craig on my Whiskey of the Year because that was a special call. But I'm probably going to shoot a review for that tomorrow. We'll see if it gets any better. Can't wait to get shit on YouTube comments for that. But we only put our Whiskey of the Year in if I found it on the shelf near MSRP, because what's the point of rating some of these Whiskey of the Year if you can't find it? That's always been my point of view. Now, this year, with my wife's cancer and everything, I haven't reviewed near as much as I want to. So I don't know what I'm going to do for Whiskey of the Year at the end of this year. But usually I send five of my favorite samples to my top 5 Patreon members. And we do a live stream at the end of the year. And we vote on it blind, which is always awesome. Because you get a completely unbiased opinion of bourbons I was able to find on the shelf. So you guys all know E.H. Taylor barrel proof, any of the Buffalo Trace BTAC, Elijah Craig barrel proof. You guys all know those are good. I don't need to tell you those are good. I don't need to tell you to buy those. You all know they're fantastic. But what I would like to tell you is what's good that you can find on the shelf near MSRP. So that's what we do our Whiskey of the Year based on. I don't know that any other channel does it that way. I only have Bardstown Origin Black Label Weeder, but it is a good bottle. Yeah, I've heard good things, man. But the white label's great too. Try the white label. Founder's pick, dude. All right. Let's try, before we get out of here tonight, let's do something unusual for Alex. Let's taste some Canadian whiskey at barrel proof. If you guys have Canadian whiskey, pop it open. One thing I didn't do at Whiskey Mash, which I really wanted to do, was try the 23-year-old Crown apple. They finished Crown, 23-year-old Crown and apple. I didn't try it though, or artificially flavored it. They didn't finish it. They just artificially flavored it, I think. Let me grab my Found North bottle. I think I have a 17-year up there. We'll try that real quick. All right. Thank you guys for hanging with us this long. We're at an hour and 19 minutes. Tonight's been crazy, man. We've been doing live. I've been on Barrels for Hope board meeting, and then Barrels for Hope live stream, and then this started at 6:30 tonight. So David said almost 7,000 subs. Let's go. I know, man. We're getting close. We're getting close. Truth be told, it is what it is, man. I don't care. We got enough subs already. I like getting to know you guys. All right, here's what we're trying tonight. I remember what these bottles cost. They're north of $100, but this is Found North. This is aged 17 years. This is batch 6. I love the bottles, man. The topography map on them, really cool. Now, this was sent to me by the owner, so if that means anything to you guys, I think most of you know by now, like, if I don't like it, I would tell you I don't like it. I do not care. If a brand gets mad at me for not liking their product and can't realize that taste is subjective, then I don't want to have anything to do with them. So Barrel Craft Spirits, for instance, sends me lots of stuff. And if I shit on one of their products, they keep sending me stuff because they're a good company and they realize taste is subjective. And I'm not going to compromise my integrity just to say one of their products is great when it's not. So, all right, here we go. Oh, man, this smells good for Canadian whiskey. Oh, there you go, Henry. Henry's going to break out some Alberta Premium Cash Strength. That's a great bottle. This is fantastic, man. Very vanilla forward. Caramel. Little bit of like corn mustiness, which you don't often get on Canadian stuff. There we go. Cheers, everybody. Oh, come on, man. Come on. That is... I forgot how good this bottle was. Damn, I need to put that in some blinds. That's Vanilla Fair Taffy. Proof on this is 128.2. And man, does it drink good. Gosh dang. Alex, thanks, man, for bringing this up. I have not had that pour in a while. Golly, it's good. Yeah, it doesn't burn. Really nice. Not the thing about Canadian whiskey, if I had to knock it, let me put an asterisk on this. Not super complex, but not every whiskey needs to be complex. I've said this in many reviews. Like, you give me the best caramel in the world that just tastes like melted butter and caramel, I'm fine with it. So if it's doing something it's meant to do and it does it really well, like if this is meant to do Vanilla Fair Taffy, it does it so good. It's fantastic. And then, you know, if it does what it's meant to do good, doesn't have a ton of notes, that's okay. It doesn't have to be complex. It can still be one note, two note, and be really good and concentrated, and that's what Found North is to me. Alex says, I appreciate it. Means more if you were pouring Canadian Mist. Yeah, I don't have any of that. Sorry, Alex. Jason, what's up, dude? Jason says, happy birthday. Just got home. Thank you, man. I turned 47 yesterday. 47, and I got to tell you guys, man, on my 47th birthday, I just hopped on with Mash and Drum and, just helped raise money for Darrell and his daughter. And seeing the Whiskey Tube community raise $48,000 in one night for somebody who's going through like something I went through it with my wife, but can't even imagine with a 5-year-old daughter. For you guys, for the community to step up for him that way, and just amazing. That made my birthday. Just getting on with Mash and Drum and whiskeychannel.com and Bourbon Van and just hanging out for a little bit with my wife. And my wife's got all her hair back now, and it was a great night, man. Really, really a great night. Proud of what we're building here. We're probably not doing a Caribou Crossing pick. Here's the thing, Alex. Like, even if I wanted to, I got to get the board to approve such a thing. And the board isn't going to approve a Caribou Crossing pick. You'd be shocked at the picks we've already turned down. We voted against. So we have to have a majority to vote. We want to make sure we're getting you guys good picks, interesting picks, you know. So the first year, being able to do first we got 2 Elijah Craig barrel proof picks. Then we got a Hard Truth pick, which was really cool because the coolest thing about Hard Truth is you guys have heard, well, I know you if you've been a follower of the channel, we've been talking about Hard Truth for 3 years since they came out. I met Brian Smith at a whiskey festival very early on when they were sourcing from Tennessee, which was not a great, I was not excited about that. And then I tasted his first batch of sweet mash rye. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? How are you doing this? Why are you selling Tennessee whiskey when you've got this? And I was a fan of Hard Truth. And got to know Brian really well. We've hung out with them many times. So if there is a distillery I'm biased towards, it's them. I want to see them succeed, and they're going to succeed, man. They're the coolest up-and-coming craft distillery there is. And they do amazing stuff. So if you guys have never had Hard Truth, you should buy some, especially their sweet mash rye. Just came out with a High Road rye, which is like $40. Stomps any low proof $40 rye on the market. Crushes it. So we were able to do a pick with them for Barrels for Hope, which was amazing. And I mean, the barrel we've got coming, guys, which is going to be released October 21st. You guys are going to flip. Then we were able to do a Maker's Mark pick, which is everybody's been freaking out over in Barrels for Hope. They've said they never had Maker's Mark like that, which is really good to hear. We pretty much got the formula down on how to blend a good Maker's Mark. And then we did Middle West Spirits, and we did a dark pumpernickel rye. And it's another example of the knowledge we have on our board and these distilleries that you may not have heard of, that when you get the bottles, you're going to lose your mind. You're going to freak out. And their dark pumpernickel rye from Middle West Spirits in Columbus, Ohio, is out of this world good. And not a lot of people are talking about them. So I can't wait for that pick. We also did a 4-gate pick, and the 4-gate pick, oh my goodness. Can't wait for you guys to get that. And the last one we did was a Still Austin pick. And the Still Austin pick is a butterscotch bomb. So being able to bring you guys, something from Columbus, Indiana, Kentucky, and Texas, and it being so good. I mean, we just knocked it out of the park our first year of Barrels for Hope. I'm super excited about it. Alex said batch 6 is great. Batch 4 is better. I have another batch up there, Alex. Let me see what batch I have. I have batch 5, Alex. I don't have batch 4. This is the other one I've got. Which says 8-year, but there's a lot of older stuff in here from what I remember talking to the owner of Found North. So what'd you think of batch 4? I can try that too. Whiskey Corner. Hey, what's up, man? Cheers, Lance. Glad I could catch some of the stream. Yeah, this is longest I've went on a Thursday night. I never go an hour and a half, but we've still got some people on here, so we're doing it, man. Jason, 51 for me. 51 years old? You old fucker. Alex said Darrell's stream was amazing. Yeah, man, it was awesome. So good. David says, props to the whiskey community once again. Yep. They're amazing, man. Alex said, one thing about me, I'm always joking. Dude, Alex, I love that. The reason why we have Brad, Ben, and Ed on all the time on the stream is they are some of the best ball busters, and I love those guys. So, yeah, I've got tough skin, man. We all do. So, if you want to be part of this community, you're going to have to get made fun of. So, just the way it is. Come meet us anytime, man. David Base, Hard Truth, Still Austin picks. So excited for those. Yeah, and you guys, if you go to Barrels for Hope, you can watch Still awesome pick we did on a live stream. They sent us samples. We had 5 samples, and that was really fun to do. One of the samples was like the nose on one of the samples was so good, and the palate was such shit, and everyone thought so, which was wild. It was so crazy. I was so excited when we nosed that one, and I think it was sample 4. But the one we ended up picking was so good. David said Barrels for Hope brought the picks in year 1. Yeah, man. I hope we can do just as good year 2. It's gonna be hard to live up to year 1, man. I think we can do it. We're really trying for 4 roses. 4 roses. We've got to get our 501c3 established, and right now, the IRS is through like December, and we filed a form. We filed a short form, and the form we filed was not enough revenue. So like Barrels for Hope makes over $100,000 a year in dues, and so we had to file a different form. We filed the wrong form, which sucks because then we got pushed to the back, and so now we're just in this queue and we're just waiting. And our IRS rep says everything's good. We just have to wait, and so now we're just sitting and waiting, and they're only to December. And we filed in April, I think, or corrected our form in April. So it's so frustrating, man. But we're getting there. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Terry said, excited for Middle West. Never had pumpernickel rye. So good, man. So good. Paul said 5 is the weeder. Yeah, man. Let's taste it. All right. It's Found North. Batch 5. It says 8 year, but that's the youngest in the batch, right? You guys know that? A lot older whiskey in here. The batch 6, which was 17 years, was the youngest. I think they had up to 25, 26 year in batch 17. It was so vanilla fair taffy. Yeah, this is the mash bill. 73% corn, 27% wheat. And the proof is 116. And I remember this being very, very good. I know people are sleeping on Found North. Jason said, found a bottle of D923. You're going to try it in a little bit. Let me know what you think, man. I just tasted it on the live stream. I don't want to persuade you, so I'm interested to hear what you think. Man. Delicious. Long finish. I get so much vanilla fair taffy on Found North stuff. Yeah, Alex said batch 5 is great too. Yeah, man, it's good stuff. Paul Smith just got here. What's up, dude? We did mashbill 2. And I picked Rock Hill Farms first. We threw in Bardstown Origin Series as just to kind of see where it landed. It placed second. Elmer T. Lee placed third. Blantons store pick single barrel placed fourth. And Hancock finished last. That's about how I would have guessed. What? You've never had Bland's Wandering Magoo? Dude, email me your address. I will send you a sample of this bottle. Happily do that for you, man. If you never had Bland's. Mr. Jake says, consider yourself lucky, just saying. Yeah, man, the Blantons craze is insane, and I'm close with a couple managers, a couple liquor store managers, and the amount of people walking in asking if you have Blantons is absolutely insane, considering what's sitting on the shelf. Number one, this Bardstown Origin Series, which is $40-$50, beat Blantons by a mile, in my opinion, and people are standing in line paying $200 for Blantons. I have friends all the time contacting me saying, "Can you get me Blantons? Can you get me Blantons?" And the store managers I know are just hounded constantly by people coming in asking about Blantons. It's absurd. And I know most of my viewers are not in that category, but if you never tasted Blantons, let me know. Like, there is a place for it. Like, I don't want to shit on it totally, because the good thing of the reason, from a marketing major's perspective, the reason that Mashbill 2 or Buffalo Trace in general does so good at those lower proofs is beginner bourbon drinkers equate good bourbon with a soft, smooth feel. They want a bourbon that's not going to fight them too much. And that's what Blantons does. That's what all these Mashbill 2s do. When I tasted them tonight, they were very underwhelming for somebody who likes 107 to 115 proof stuff. But if you're a beginner bourbon drinker and you taste something that doesn't fight you, you instantly think it's good bourbon. So it depends where you're at in your bourbon journey. Let's see. Yeah, I think most people are saying not missing much. Wandering Magoo says Origin, Bardstown Bourbon. Yeah, the white label is what we tasted against all the Mashbill 2 stuff. And it finished second behind Rock Hill Farms tonight for me. Yeah, right. Like, Bland's is a solid $40 bottle. Okay, I agree with that. I don't even know if I'd pay $40 for it, man. This was a store pick we put up against everything tonight. This was a Blanton's store pick. And it was so underwhelming. It's just wasn't that great, man. Local store gives out little toy horses if you want one. They have so many people coming in and asking for Blantons. They say nope. You know what I'd do if I was a store owner? And I've told Narav this, and I've told my buddy Ray at Harvest Market this. If I was a store manager and someone came in and wanted Blantons, I would say, here you go. I'm going to give you 3 samples. And if you can pick out Blantons out of these 3 samples, just tell me what your favorite bourbon is. If you can pick out, if Blanton's happens to be your favorite bourbon out of these 3 samples, I will sell you a bottle of Blantons. That's what I would do to everyone that came into a store asking for Blantons. And I guarantee you, not many of them would pick Blantons as their favorite bourbon. So is Elmer T. Lee. I don't know what that means, Jason, but Elmer T. Lee came in 3rd tonight. It was good. Really good. But I liked Bardstown Origin more, and Rock Hill Farms finished ahead of that. Wandering Mango says, thanks so much. I'll email you. Yeah, dude, you can send it to lance@barrelsforhope.com or whiskeytornado@gmail.com. Either one. Actually, go ahead and send it to whiskeytornado@gmail.com, and I'll get you a sample. Send me your address. Happy to. Brad says, people simply following the herd, taste with their eyes, see the bottle and horse. Amazing. If they had no idea what was in their glass, they'd say good, enjoyable, not remarkable, though. Yeah, I'd agree. And there's so much on the shelf that's better, though. But again, as somebody who majored in marketing in college, I respect the game. I respect the game that Buffalo Trace puts out, and there's no cooler bottle. And there's nothing that gets people as excited as Blantons and gets them into bourbon, which is cool. So you can't totally knock it. Like, people totally shit on Blantons. I don't do that. From a marketing perspective, anything that gets you into bourbon, and this all plays a part And if it gets you hooked, gets you into it, starts acclimating your palate to better stuff, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. Wandering says, I have the origin. Very nice. Yeah. Blanton straight from the barrel, I hear is good. Jason, have you never had it? I've got a bottle. It's really good. Blanton's Gold and Blanton straight from the barrel are different animals, man. They're so good. They're really good. So yeah, next time we get together, I'll bring you a sample, man. Next time I'm down. Actually, if you come help with the Hard Truth, on October 21st, I'll bring you a sample of Blanton straight from the barrel. You'll love it. Okay. Haven't had it, but have the gold. All right, cool. All right, guys. This is the longest live stream we've done on a Thursday night since we started back. So thank you guys, all of you, for hanging out. Love you guys very much. You guys hanging out makes me keep wanting to do this. So if we had, 2 people watching all night, we'd probably stop these live streams on Thursday. But since you guys are still hanging out, we'll just keep doing these, man. As long as you guys want to hang out, we'll keep doing these. Love you guys very much. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for all you Barrels for Hope members. If you want to join Barrels for Hope, we're sold out of memberships. The $65 membership where you get a bottle, 6 bottles a year. But there are $5 tier memberships open. And right now, if you get in, you'll more than likely get a bottle of, an extra bottle of whatever pick we do. So our next release will be Hard Truth. If you get in for $5, you'll probably get a Hard Truth bottle. I think there's like 17 left or so of the first barrel we bought. And again, everything goes back to charity, which is awesome. So you get to drink good bourbon picked by myself, Josh with Stuff and Whiskey, Dusty Dan, and Joe with Mommy Whiskey Society. All fantastic palettes. We go on all the picks, and then we pick some members from Barrels for Hope to come with us. So it's a great collaboration. You get amazing barrels. We really work hard on getting you guys the best barrels possible. So if you want to join, go to Barrels for Hope on Patreon. Just search it, and you can join for $5 a month. Anyway, love you guys very much. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Next week, we'll have Ed, Ben, and Brad on, and we'll be tasting my favorite pours of the year so far. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you later, man.